Tonight I'm going to start working on the crown for my Sailor Jupiter costume. So this is the pattern for my crown. And what I'm going to do, guys, is because for the character it doesn't go onto her hair, like they're just on their foreheads. So I'm going to actually glue it to my face, on my forehead, like I glue my Harley Quinn mask to my face. So I'm not going to need to add a string and have it move or get discombobulated. I'm just going to glue this sucker when it's finished right to my face so it stays there all day and it's not going to move. Okay, I think a lot of people were asking, so I'm going to actually upload this pattern as a PDF or a JPEG or something. I'll trace it, put it on the computer, and put it for download in the description below. So in case you want this exact design, you'll have it. But again, always test it out. Because this works for me, doesn't mean it's always gonna work for you. And just like my Harley Quinn mask, which is the template, yeah, I'm gonna be making it out of Worbla, which is amazing. I'm loving it more and more. Every day I use it. I use it for everything. So this was a scrap that I actually cut my Harley Quinn mask out of. I'm gonna place this over it. Oh crap. Poop! Poop, poop, poop. Doesn't fit here either. Dilemmas! Okay, what to do, what to do. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. So I really don't want to buy a whole nother sheet, so I'm actually just gonna heat this up and stretch it out a little bit so I don't have to buy a whole nother piece. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so whenever I use my Worbla, I'm using a heat gun. I set it on the second highest setting, which is at 500. You can use 200, that's about what a hairdryer is, so just it goes faster with the 500. So a hairdryer will work just fine, it's just gonna take a little bit longer. Yes, I am, because I'm so smart like that. Just pull, pull. Oh no, don't pull too hard, see what happens? Don't do that, don't do that, don't pull that hard. So just keep at it until you have the right size. And of course, if you're using a new sheet, you don't need to do this. I'm just showing you how to make the very best of what you got. And ta-da! I made it work! It fits! Woo! So now taking an exacto knife, I'm gonna slowly trace out my design. So I'm gonna go ahead and you can either cut it out with the exacto knife or you can just take a pair of scissors to it. Go ahead, go really slow and take your time. That way you get a really clean edge. And I find using scissors is a little easier than trying to cut through it with an exacto knife. So here we go. Here's the crown that I cut out of Worbla. So now the detail of the crown, she has this raised edge. I don't know, there is a detail lining the edge of the crown. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a second layer. Let's see if I can kind of demonstrate what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna put a second thin layer like this around the whole edge bottom of the crown and the top of the crown. So that's gonna try and kind of recreate the look of the crown as it's drawn in the anime. Don't really know if that's what it is, but there's something there and that's my interpretation of it. So to do that, I'm gonna take a scrap Worbla, I'm gonna reheat this so it lays flat, cut strips of it, and then place it along the edge of the crown. So let's go do that. So now I'm just going to take a ruler, and I think I want them to be 1/8 of an inch. Oh, it's sticking to my ruler. Don't do that. Okay, there we go. I'm going to cut 2 to start with. This bottom half is scrap, and then see if I need more and go from there. So I have my 2 little strips. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat everything up, including my crown. Remember, keep the shinier side up. This is the duller side. I mean, you honestly can't really tell. Shinier side up because that has the glue on it, so I'll just be able to just lay this over it and it'll glue itself to each other. So I'm going to start on the bottom. Little light by little, just placing it on the edge. Making sure it's flush, and then pushing it down so it secures it to itself. Okay, this last part I'm just going to cut off. Kind of use your exacto knife and smooth out where you cut. You don't want it to look out of whack. Okay, then I'm going to take this. We're going to start off right where we finished the other one. So pushing it really close, really flush. Make sure it's lined up with this raised bar and the edge. Secure that, and then push these two edges together. So go ahead, reheat the whole thing. So I'm kind of taking the butt end of a pencil, rolling it and stretching the Worbla so it molds into each other and you can't see the seam between the two layers. The more time you take now to put in details, fix the seams when it's warm, the less sanding you're going to have to do later. On starting the detail on the inside of the crown, you have a really sharp angle. It's easier out here because you can just cut it off. This one, align the edge piece right here with the metal and then cut the tip at a straight angle upwards. So that way when you glue it on like that, the other piece will fit right into it and it'll be a straight line. It'll be a very clean seam. So all I'm going to do now is reheat it up so I can lay it on my face and mold it to the shape of my forehead. There we go. This is the consistency you want. So I'm pretty much going to spray paint it gold. I don't have a gold spray paint right now, so I'm going to have to go and buy it. But I'll spray paint in the morning and then just glue the jewel on. Caved in and I bought my metallic spray paint. So I got the super metallic stuff just because I was like, why not? Okay, so I'm sitting outside about to spray paint my crown. So make sure you're in a well ventilated area. Do not spray paint indoors. This freaking spray paint, can I see it? For indoor and outdoor use. Are you people insane? You spray painting inside? No. Crown is painted nice and shiny, just like we wanted. How a real crown would look, metallic shiny. To put it on, I'm just taking some spirit gum, and I think to start, I'm gonna glue it just right here on my temples. It's pretty easy. As I said previously, I'm not going to show you the jewel just yet because I need to cast that out of resin, and I'm going to do that at the same time as I cast the heart-shaped brooch that goes on the bow. And I haven't gotten all my supplies yet for casting, but that's going to be a separate tutorial all on its own. So just for now, this crown is done, and in that resin casting tutorial, I'll show you gluing the actual jewel onto the crown. And then to take it off, I kind of just gently pull. See? And I didn't glue, I glued kind of right here, not all the way to the edge, because that's where my hairline is. You don't want this crap in your hair. It will hurt when you take it off. Don't do that. Then I take the spirit gum remover, cotton ball, and I remove it from the crown so there's no residue. If you leave the spirit gum on the crown, it makes it more likely to fall off the next time you use it, because the spirit gum will just adhere to the glue and not the actual material of the crown. So don't do that. Make sure you remove everything. And then I'm removing it from my face. Then I usually go ahead and wash my face afterwards, and then that's it. Completed crown. You can see right there, that's where I spray painted the silver for my Harley Quinn hammer. Haha. I glued it in my face. It is 1 o'clock. It is way past my bedtime on a school night. I need to get going.